So we just got done teasing Ushio, which is our favorite thing to do, by the way, and I love when Koga does that. We're gonna go see what our sister's up to now. My eyes open to a dark room. I can vaguely make out a familiar ceiling. Ah, this is my own room. Good, it's not some dimly lit place I've never seen before.
まだ夜中だよね。
Why did I wake up at a time like this? Oni-chan, mom and dad are still all sleeping.
お母さん
For some reason, a twinge of unease spouts within my chest. What is this? I sit up in my bed feeling somewhat anxious. Looking around, I survey my room and nothing's out of place.
なの
Still, I can't get back to sleep, so I get up and head to the living room.
Michiru?
どうした眠れないのか
Wow, we have parents. This room is bright and my parents are still
お
awake.
母さんお父さんなにどうしたの
My mother smiles warmly and hugs me when I walk up
お
to her.
母さん
I hug her back. I feel my hair being gently petted. It's my mom's hands.
僕
Oh,
は
she's
普通の
gonna
子
say
じゃ
that.
なかったけど
どうしたんだ急に甘えたりして
怖い夢でも見たのかしら
Is it bad that I'm like, I recognize these voice actors from something else? Mom, Dad, and Oni-chan will treasure me.
幸せだった
Was. Chills run down my spine, and then I realize it's impossible for this to be happening.
お母さん
Don't you just hate it when you're having a good dream and then you remember that your family burned down in a fire? At least your parents, you know, the brother made it out thanks to you. Our gentle embrace disappears in an instant.
お父さん
His soft gaze is no longer there. They all went up in flames. Everything was swallowed up by the fire and turned into ashes.
お兄ちゃん
Run away, quickly! Even if it's just you.
お
Hurry.
兄ちゃん
In order to save me, Oni-chan also.
僕は
It's all my fault. 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 It's all...
僕のせい
I begin to feel faint as self-hatred fills my chest. This is a dream. I know that now. But I can't brush it away and I simply can't stand in the middle of the flames.
僕のせいで
Is she saying it's her fault in the fact that, like, she caused the fire? Or the fact that, like, they died because she couldn't do more? Oh shit, who is this? Is that the girl from the home screen? The one that has a similar look to Rito? He's something in the midst of flickering redness. Person.
誰
I don't think it's anyone I recognize. So if she kind of looks like Rito, can I kind of assume that that's probably Krell? Can't tell for sure, but I think it's a woman, but I definitely don't know her.
どうしてここにいるの
This is supposed to be my dream. Of all the people here are supposed to be burned away. No one extends her hand towards me. I think that would be crazy if Krall used like some time shit and then like ended up changing the past. He's gonna take it away. My instincts tell me that and I move backwards.
何を
I don't know, but it's something important to me.
嫌だ来ないで
Her hand moves closer.
嫌だ
What did she take away, though? Confused. Nature groaning from either a nightmare or something else grabs onto me. What's wrong? I don't know, was she trying to take away, like, some of her power, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. I wonder if, like, Michiru is actually, like, way stronger? Or, like, has a lot more mana? Like, she wouldn't get this exhausted all the time? I'm wondering if, like, part of it got sealed away or something? I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any reason to say that's true, but it's just kind of an assumption. She doesn't respond and only shakes her head repeatedly. She then clings to me even harder and buries her face in my chest. What? There. Did you have a scary dream? I think I saw her nodding slightly. Give her a couple of pats on the back. Everything's okay, it was just a dream. It's still early, so go back to sleep, alright? She finally said something. What did she dream about? I have a faint idea, because I've had the same nightmare countless times already. Good night, Michiru. After stroking her back for a while, I hear her start to snore again. Episode 2. Okay. I thought we already cleared the episode, I guess not. It's quite interesting, because I feel like we've already had a lot of experience kind of dealing with that fear of fire. I wouldn't say we necessarily have conquered it, but we've had a few experiences, especially in the first game, where we had to really face it head on, you know, with the mist and the mirror, that kind of thing. We had the experience when we were trapped with Neko, where we kind of had to face the fire. We had a few things that kind of helped us with it, and I would imagine that Michiru hasn't had the same. Let out successive yawns since I got woken up earlier. As I drowsily put on my uniform, I see something squirming on top of my bed. Oh, you're awake. Michiru sits up and looks at me. She has a troubled expression on her face. Must be because of the dream she had. I watch her out of the corner of my eye as I get dressed. She seems pretty dispirited. Dang, what do I do now? Well, she'd be fine if I leave her alone here. It was only a bad dream, but then again, she can be a handful when she's mentally unstable. She managed to transport herself here from home. Who knows what she'd do if she got even more worried. I'd be lucky if she ended up popping into my classroom, considering her mana.
おい、起きてるか？
ちょっと待って。
Being seen in her pajamas by someone probably isn't the best idea. She hurries out of her bed, grabs her clothes, and jumps into the bathroom. I mean, I don't think it would be a big deal if someone saw her in her pajamas, but I think especially Murakumo, who's possibly a little bit into her, maybe it would be a big deal. What do you want so early in the morning? Opening the door, I see Murakumo standing there with his usual grouchy face. He peeks inside the room, and some of the tension disappears from his face when he sees Michiru.
みちるも起きてたか。ちょうどよかった。
You need her for something.
ほら。
The key of Yanis. He takes it out from his pocket and tosses it
か
towards
すみ
me.
やみぶさんとも相談したんだがな。ここにいる間は、この鍵はあいつに持たせた方がいいんじゃねえかって。
I think that's simultaneously a good and bad idea, because it's like she's asleep half the time, so not really a good idea in that sense. Right now, he and Sumi-chan each have one. We took the one that the principal used to have and had the two siblings take care of them. I mean, she's definitely responsible enough, and she has the most mana, so it makes sense, but Michiru looks surprised after Murakumo looks directly at her. I see. Given how much mana she has, she could use the key more or less infinitely, and it would make it easier for her to move between my room and the bureau office without being seen. That would help. Thanks a bunch.
礼ならみぶさんたちに言え。
鍵って何の鍵？
I'm guessing she could probably do the thing where she just kind of unlocks a door anywhere, like she doesn't have to use an actual physical door. Then this calls the key of Yanis if you put it into a door. Well, you could probably do it in midair. Anyways, if you insert and turn it, it'll take you to anyone you have in mind. Give her a brief explanation on how to use it and pass it to
へ
her.
え。じゃあこれでここからお兄ちゃんたちのいるところにすぐ行けるんだ。
Hearing that, she regains some of her spirit as some of her worries have been dispelled. Yes, but if it's not an emergency, just stick to the bureau office after school. I don't want to have to deal with other students seeing you.
わかった。
Nodding, Michiru looks at Murakumo and gives a surprisingly confident smile.
ありがとう、静香。
だから俺じゃねえってのに。
You're not being honest here, Shizuka-chan.
ちゃん言うな。じゃあな、渡したからな。
Anyways, my job here is done, but you didn't do anything. Saying that, he leaves as quickly as he can. I should get going too.
いってらっしゃい。
Alright, bye, cute little sister. I'll see you. Waving her hand, she flops back onto the bed. She looks like she'll be fine. If you get hungry, just grab something from the fridge. Heading out now. Just don't grab the beers, okay? They're non-alcoholic, guys. Just remember that. With that, I leave my room. At least they kind of went back and explained why that is. I think that's pretty cool that they kind of built that up and we didn't realize that he's like older, but he is.
あ、おはよう、古賀。
I wonder where he gets his beer. Like, we can't really leave the campus that often. Does he leave at some points? I don't feel like we have a lot of breaks. Good morning, Kurodani.
おはよ
Morning, Sora. Arriving at my classroom, I see that Kurodani and Yoshida are chatting with each other about something as usual.
う。ねえねえ、知ってる？変な噂聞いたんだけど。
Kurodani spreading rumors? Crazy. Calls out to me while patting me on the shoulder. Weird rumor. Caught wind of yet another one, but it might have something to do with mist. What is it about? Seeing my interest in the topic, Kurodani's eyes light up and she starts talking about it
それ
energetically.
がね、保健室のベッドあるでしょ？あそこで寝ると少しの間だけどなりたい自分になれちゃうんだって。
What? Ideal self.
そうなのよ。理想の自分っていうの？もっとおしとやかになりたいとか、積極的になりたいとか？
This sounds like the lead up for an H scene. Why are you telling me this? I see now, so it lets you change your personality however you want.
多分。
Saying taboo doesn't make it better. Yeah, probably.
だって噂だもん。私もまだよく知らないのよね。聞いたばっかだから。
Someone's ideal self.
古賀だったらどうなりたい？
Me, I don't really. Nothing in particular comes to mind. What a Chad. That's the best answer you could have said. What would I change about myself? Nothing. I'm beautiful, okay? I'm perfect. Don't think I have any complaints about my own
特
personality.
にないの？
Yeah, I don't think
モ
so.
テモテになりたいとか。
That's a personality trait. I don't think that's a personality trait because that's not dependent on you per se. I mean, it is dependent on, like, you know, I want to say Riz, but let's go with charisma because that's where Riz is, you know, derived from. I think that depends on your charisma, but like not every person's gonna like you just because you're charming. Like people like different things, so you're not gonna appeal to everybody, and that's okay. So I wouldn't say that you can have a personality that appeals to everybody.
わかんないけど、まあ、古賀って別に絶望的にモテない感じでもないよね。
I think like the only person I know that probably would appeal to most people, like a majority, not everybody, but at least a majority would be like Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves is pretty universally liked. I don't remember being popular either.
おー、そうなんだ。わりかしイケてると思うけどな。
You want to know something? When he kicked that door and kicked a freaking hole in it, his ranking went way up. He was immediately the coolest kid of the school. I mean, as he should be.
だっ
Really.
てほら、獅子ヶ谷先
I say
輩と
kid
か
though, he's not a
いい
kid.
雰囲気じゃん。
Yeah, things are going pretty smoothly. Thank you for noticing. Deny it, change the topic. We don't deny it. We change the topic. I bet you'll get a kick out of it regardless of whether I confirm or deny it. Which means that it's time to change the course of the conversation. I'll take that as a compliment. For what it's worth, you're pretty high in my rankings too, Kurodani. Whoa! Oh! The Riz Master. Okay. I said that you're pretty high in my rankings too. And he repeated it.
2回も言わなくていいから、何言ってん
Dang.
の突
You see her
然。
face? You see her face? You're the one who said it first.
もうそう
Hell
いう
yeah.
ことが聞きたかったんじゃないの。
Riz Master.
けどいいな。古賀くんは自分に自信があるんだね。
Great that you have so much confidence in yourself. I feel like Sora is like a little bit uncomfortable with this conversation. She's just like, yeah, it's good. You're comfortable with yourself, sure. Yoshida, listening to our banter, looks downcast as she gives a troubled smile. Is there something you want to change about yourself?
あるよ、もちろん。私だったら怖がりを直してもらおうよ。
You know, you and Kotaro should get together.
でもしばらく慣れるだけでずっと変わってるわけじゃないみたいよ。
I don't know. What's your take on like people getting together personality-wise? Do you guys feel like personalities that are like kind of opposites of each other? Do you feel like that's a better combination, or do you think like people that are kind of like-minded or maybe like have similar personality traits go together well. For me, I think it, and I'm kind of copping out with this answer, I think it's very situational. I think some personalities are a little too strong for each other. When you have two very strong-willed, strong-minded people, I think it clashes. And I think when you have two people that are really like chill and relax, I think they can get along pretty well versus people that are really strong-willed. I think they get along better. But you know, it's purely situational. It really depends, because it's like, just because you have an aggressive personality doesn't mean you don't have like kind-hearted moments. You know, there's all these variables to it. But what's your guys' take on that?
そっか。じゃあ、あんまり意味ないかな。
What about you, Kuretani?
私？そうだな。しばらくの間ってのがネックなのよね。
She folds her arm deep in thought. She knits her brows, taking this quite seriously. I think like if I could change anything about my personality, I mean, I would probably I would probably change a few things, but I think realistically if I could change one thing, I would just like maybe get rid of anxiety about things, like get rid of hesitation to do things that I'm not maybe used to or comfortable with. I think that's probably what I would go for.
おっちょこちょいとか、はやとちりとかはソアラの怖がりと一緒で一時的に治ったからってなんだよってもんだし。
I mean, if I could change myself to be smarter or just to be able to remember things, that would be nice. That would help for videos when I'm trying to remember characters' names, and I just can't. Like, if I'm not actively playing it,
急に英語がペラペラになるとかどうかな。
is learning a language part of your personality? I guess you could change your personality to be someone who's more adaptable, I guess, to learn languages. I don't know if knowing a second language is a personality trait.
それ性格じゃなくない？でもありかもよ。私が急に英語ペラペラになったらみんなびっくりだよね。
Please tell me she starts speaking English right now. Yeah, for sure.
あ、じゃあドイツ語の方がいいかな。お客さんの人たちってドイツ人だったよね。
I think that'd be really cool to like be able to like speak multiple languages, because that opens up so many windows, so many like barriers to just like communicate with people. I really like the YouTuber Shauma NYC, if you guys have ever heard of him. He just kind of goes around, like he just like learns different languages and like communicates with people, like especially ones that like have like a minuscule amount of speakers of that language. He likes to do that too. And he'll just go out to like the jungle and like talk to these people that, you know, don't have very many people that speak their native tongue, and he just like surprises them, like things like that. Like I think that's really cool.
ああ、そうだね。ドイツ語でお話できるね。それはちょっと楽しそう。
Or I feel like if you just could speak German, you could just go visit Germany and you know, get yourself in wild adventures. It opens so many doors.
だよね、だよね。あ、どうしたの？英語ペラペラでも OK っていう推測が当たってた場合、もしかして見える人にもなれちゃう？
Oh gosh. What things are you talking about?
見える人？もちろん、You。
What? You have to know English to speak to ghosts?
やだ！マヤちゃんそんなことになったら、あそこにいる、ここにもって教えまくるでしょ？そりゃあもう。
I like how her friend's worried and frightened, and she's like, "Yeah, of course, that's what I want to do."
やだよ。だったら私もマヤちゃんが見えてる間だけ怖がりじゃなくしてもらうもん。
Perfect. There we go. What a
花子さん
combination.
とか赤マントとかも見えちゃうのかな。あ、うちのトイレにいるの花子さんじゃなくて女装子ちゃんだっけ？
What the hell are we talking about? Because again, those ghosts, do they are actually? Is that really who you want to
大
become?
歓迎だけど。
I want to take this and like take it out of context. I want to like put this at some other context at some point. I love it. I see. I suddenly recall the Kurodani I saw in the dream world the other day. That was the other day, Chiyu? That felt like so long ago. That really is her ideal. I feel like they've been saying, like, everything was the other day. Like, oh yeah, you remember the, when we first came to school, like, for the first time the other day? Like, I feel like they just keep saying that. Anyways, the bell. Hey, Kurodani. Call out to her in a low voice as she's about to go back to her seat. Don't try to get in the infirmary just for fun, okay? Remember what happened with the cats.
わかってるわかってるって
Are we gonna get a Kurodani route this game? Because, like, he was picking up on her. He's like, you're pretty high in my rankings. I was like, holy shit. He is flirting right now. Are you sure you're not taking this too lightly?
大丈夫だって古賀にも心配かけちゃったしね
That's fine then.
ありがとう古賀
Like, you can't tell me they're not setting up for a Kurodani route right now. Like, why are we talking to her so much? Why are we, like, getting on her good side?
あでも私は行かないけど噂のせいで保健室で休んでみる生徒増えてるらしいよ
Seriously. Well, that's how rumors work, I suppose. Because how many strange things happen here. A lot of the students develop an abnormally high tolerance. I'm a bit curious myself, so I guess I'll go check out the infirmary after class. Whoa, there's a huge crowd. Seems that the rumor spread much further than I thought, and there's a ton of students clogging up the hallway outside the infirmary. This feels like when there's like a TikTok challenge and everyone just starts doing the TikTok challenge, and they're usually really stupid. Like, what happened to the wholesome ones, like the ice bucket challenge? You know, it was to bring awareness to something, you know? Now we're just bringing awareness to how stupid people are with these challenges. There's some blatantly interested, and some who are just trying to casually look at what's going on out the corner of their eyes they walk past.
古賀くん
Oh, Muko and Hanatate. These two girls, we're among them. Of course, they're not here to satisfy their curiosity, just like me. They're simply wondering if there's a mist involved.
やっほーミッチーも例の噂聞いてきたんだ
I heard it from Kurodani, the one about turning you into your ideal self,
そうそう
right?
それうちのクラスでも噂で持ちきりになってたよ
You know what someone's gonna do? They're gonna erase, like, their anxiety or whatever, or their fear, and then they're gonna ask a girl out. That's what's gonna happen. It's only temporary, though. What's with that half-assed wish
さ
granting?
あもーちゃんどう思うそうですね
She thinks for a bit and then says in a relaxed tone of
ミスト
voice.
が半端な発動をしていた例は今までにもありましたからその類かも
Partially activated?
や
What do
っ
you
ぱり
mean?
ミストなのかなただの噂という可能性もありますしそうであってくれた方がありがたいですけれどねまあねこっちは暗部白黒ノートの件があるし
Must have thought it was a bad idea to say the name of a mist out loud when there's so many students around. That just made it more confusing. What is black and white notebook supposed to mean? They're deaf notes.
他になんて呼べばいいかとっさに出てこなかったけどあれの件があるから今は変な騒動は起きないでほしいよねそうね
Muko smiles warmly. The complete opposite of when she's talking to me. It's true though. That's to be expected when she's talking to her best friend. Why can't we be her best friend, huh?
下校時刻になりました。
Okay.
生徒の皆さんは速やかに起立してください。
I was like, wait, what are they saying right now? Why are they making an announcement? I'm just waiting for that moment when the freaking principal comes back. Familiar announcement signaling curfew plays after the bell. The students outside the infirmary leave, grumbling about how it's already that time of day. I don't think it's like going to bed early. It sucks. We take a look at the bed.
ええもちろんです
I don't know. We've had some pretty interesting things happen in this infirmary. I mean, there's all the stuff with Neko. There was that little extra scene with Muko. I wish my chair would stop being a piece of crap. Enter the infirmary. It looks like the nurse was called to the staff rooms. It's only the three of us.
ムツキ、室内の他の場所をお願い。
It'd be really nice if we brought Adelheid and Louis with us, because they have that powder that can detect like magic signatures, you know? Maybe that would help us find something.
オッケー。
Muko walks to the bed and starts examining the sheets closely. Hanatate is wandering around the infirmary looking at everything.
あんまり来ないから前と違うとかはわかんないけど、普通だよね。そうですね。
She replies without moving her eyes away from the bed or stopping her hands. That being said, I don't get the feeling that it was a half-hearted
うわ
response.
ー、保健室に来た人の名簿すんごい数になってる。
Today alone, more than a dozen people came here. Students visiting the infirmary are required to write down their name, the class, and the notebook left near the door. There are an unbelievable number of entries in it. I'm sure a bunch of them faked being sick in order to come here after hearing the
こ
rumor.
んな大勢ってことは保健の先生も仮病っぽいのはすぐ追い返したんだろうね。
Oh
ク
yeah,
ラス
oh
や
yeah.
学年に偏りは特にないよ。バラバラ。
Muko's not looking our way, but it seems that she's been
あ
listening.
とは特にないかな。そうですか。こちらも異常ありません。普通のベッドだね。ベッドの下にも何もなし。マットレスの下も見てみましたが。ってことは部屋とかベッドになんか異常が起きてるわけじゃないってことだね。ではなぜ保健室限定の噂なのか。
She's lost in thought as usual, but it might be just my imagination, but her tone of voice and facial expressions seems softer. Must be because her partner is here. Their interactions and conversations give me the impression that the two of them used to always be like this. Muko's been looking for Hanatate all this time. Should be a good thing that she's back. I do think that, but it was a strange feeling. Don't want to admit it, but I think I have some nasty thoughts in my heart. Up until now, in spite of all of our disagreements, I've been the one by Muko's side. But I really can't win against someone who's been her best friend for years. Ah, this is pointless. If I'm thinking this way, there must be something wrong with me.
古賀君、何をぼーっとしてるんです？
Oh, I was thinking about something. My bad.
何をです？
About the rumor about Matsuki about dinner. I have not been using a guide. I'm probably getting these horribly wrong. About Matsuki about dinner. I'm just gonna go straight for Matsuki. I'm just impressed with how skilled Hanatate is at this. There's no way I could tell her the truth, so I make something up to get through this.
そうかな。ありがとう。もうちゃん、ミッチーに褒められちゃったよ。
This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna steal her girl, okay? We're gonna go for Hanatate. We're just gonna... We have this thing going with Muko. We just go for her best friend and leave her in the dust.
調査が手際よく進むのは良いことです。
You see this face? She never makes this face with us. Never. I'm just a bit proud that her best friend was praised. Suppressing these complicated feelings within me and get back to the topic at hand. Well, I mean, we definitely got on Ushio's good side, so that's good, I guess. Anyways, it's just a strange rumor. There's something about changing some aspect of yourself, even if it's just temporarily, that would make people so desperate to come here.
性格にコンプレックス持ってる人って結構いると思うよ。人見知りとかさ。
Would not being shy for a few minutes really be enough to make them
人
happy?
見知りが治ってる間に気になる彼に告白タイムとかかも
See,
よ。
I mentioned that. That's what I immediately thought of. Oh, I see there are ways to take advantage of the fact even if it isn't
単純
permanent.
に拡大解釈をして試そうとした人もいるのでは？拡大解釈？性格が変わるだけじゃないかもと。苦手教科の小テストの前に天才になりたいと願ってみるとか。
No, I think you could change your personality to be someone who really liked studying. And then you could study and, you know, apply that to gain more knowledge. I don't think it can necessarily increase your IQ. Cardani mentioned something similar. She wanted to be fluent in
なるほど。
English.
そういう変化もありかもって試しに来た人はいるかもね。
But, you know, what do I know? I mean, what... This isn't even something that probably is actually happening. This bed looks perfectly normal, right?
実際ミストだったとしてもどこまでの変化が有効なのかはまだ不明ですからね。なりたい自分ね。もーちゃん何かある？ いえ、特に。
Yeah, you said that kind of quietly. Yeah, and there was a pause in there.
何がですか？
I'm sure it popped in your mind for a bit, like you're usually too standoffish with people and you wish you were more honest with your own
浮
feelings.
かんでません。しかもツンデレでもありませんから。
How are you not?
それを言うなら君の方こそでしょう。口の悪さを正してみようと思ったことはないのですか？
Just being honest.
村雲くんが聞いたら全力で否定してくれると思いますが。
I'm better than that. He's got a way fouler mouth than me, and don't get me started on his
い
personality.
い勝負ですが、まさにルイは友を呼ぶですね。
Are you calling us friends? No way in hell.
そういうところです。今
What?
の返し方、村雲くんに同じことを言ったら全く同じ返答があると思いませんか？
Probably.
もーちゃんの勝ち。
Anatate, did you never think to interrupt us and put an end to this instead of just
だ
laughing?
って面白かったもん。仲いいね。さすが一緒に戦ってただけあるよね。
Dang, she ships us.
どこが仲良く見えたんですか？仲良しさんにしか見えなかったよ。
Ushio's not okay with that. Feels like Amaro's still here with us. The weird jealousy I was feeling earlier is all but gone.
まあ、保健室には異常なしということで。
She forces the conversation back to where it was before. I have no objection, so I keep my mouth
ミスト
shut.
の形跡も見当たりませんし、分室へ行きましょう。今日はミストのインクが溜まっているはずですから。
The ink bottle of the mist that writes out memories from 20 years ago. From what we could tell yesterday, now's around the time when we should be able to use it again. So we're going to be gathering in the bureau office.
待ち遠しかったよ。すっごい気になるところで終わっちゃったもんね。ねえ、行きましょう。
Okay, we'll leave. We've done what we needed to accomplish here. Turns around and starts walking. Hanatate and I follow close after her. Very interesting how people tend to gravitate around Ushio. Even though we call her unlikable sometimes, you know? Leave the infirmary and walk to the bureau office. On the way there, we figured that we might as well ask Rito about the
なりたい
rumor.
自分になれる。ねえ、そういうミストはありますか？情報が少なすぎて、それだけでは判断できないわ。
I do think that's rather vague.
やはりそうですか。
Too vague of a description, and it really is nothing more than a rumor. We haven't actually found anyone who's claimed that it's
では
true.
一緒に分室へ来てください。またあの20年前の記憶を綴る続きをお願いしたいのです。いいわよ。
Oh yeah, we're getting straight to it. Let's go. Rito obliges when we make our way there. Heidi, Louis, Tsubaki-chan, and the Murakuma siblings are already here.
さて、どうするの？この前の続きからにする？いえ、飛び飛びに再生させては手がかりを見逃す可能性がありますし。時系列を整理したいので、古い順に書き出していくのはどうでしょう。もちろん、意味がないかもしれませんし、余計に時間がかかるかもしれませんが。
Yeah, I agree with just kind of going in an order. I think that would be just a better way to do it.
賛成ですね。この前は込める魔力の加減が分からず行ったり来たりしてしまいましたが、今度は大体のさじ加減も分かっていますから。
You know, I'd really like if they continued from some of the places we left off because they were pretty good, but you know, I digress.
そうだな。時間はかかっても何か大切なことを見落とす方がまずいと思う。
I don't know why my chair's having so many problems.
私も賛成。
I
まあ
agree,
それでいいん
Spocky.
じゃないか。
If the Maggie's doing all the hard work are here for it, I don't see why not.
じゃあそれで行こうよ。
We all agree with Muko's suggestion, starting with the oldest and working our way forward.
少しおさらいしましょう。
She opens up the two notebooks with the memories written in them. One black, one
この
white.
白い方のノートに綴られた記憶はセディと呼ばれる少女のものでした。彼女と呼ばれていたので、おそらく女性であることは間違いないでしょう。そしてセディの記憶に出てくるお母様と呼ばれている人物は、こちらの黒いノートの記憶の主、クラール・ラズリットであると推察されます。ちょっと確認してもいい？
Hanatate raises a hand, to which Muko
これっ
nods.
て日記みたいな文章ではあるけど、本当にそのセディさんたちが書いてた日記そのものってわけじゃないんだよね。彼女らの記憶が日記のような文章で綴られている。そういう解釈でいいと思います。ええ、それで合ってるわ。わかったよ、ありがとう。もーちゃん、続きどうぞ。はい。では、前回ノートに綴られた記憶に20年前の火事の後らしき描写が出てきました。それにより、どうやらラズリットは20年前学園で起きた火災を引き起こした張本人かもしれないという懸念が湧いてきました。
Yeah, that definitely seemed to be the case, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. Like, if she started the fire or if she was just complicit in the fire. The same thing I suspected Michiru of. I wasn't sure if she's the one that started it or if she was just blaming herself for it happening.
本当にそうなのかしら。
We don't really have great confirmation on either of those. I wonder if those two stories are going to kind of converge and we're going to find out there's something in common with them. I don't know if I have enough information to connect them
わ
yet.
かりません。ですから、まずはこのラズリットの方。リーチェを引き取ってきて、名前どうしようって考えてるところで終わってるね。
なら私ですね。
確かに、使ったことがある人の方が失敗はないかもしれないな。それでいいと思うよ。じゃあ、白い方は私がやるね。では、お願いします。
わかりました。
Okay, let's dive back into it. I'm ready. Like last time, Louis picks up the black quill pen and taps it on Rito. He then places a hand over it to infuse it with mana. The pen rises up and begins to write in the black notebook. Okay, we're in the library. She's showing interest in the library. She's slowly growing accustomed to life here, and her initial clumsiness is going away. Can I take a closer look at this? What is this? Can I touch it? She was hesitant at first, but gradually she started expressing interest in a wide variety of things. I would respond with, yes, of course. She would happily read a book or open a jar of jam. Just to confirm, like, the daughter isn't Rito, right? Like, that's not a possibility here? Guess who? Yeah, oh dear, you scared me. She's grown from being a girl who'd always second-guess whatever she did into one capable of startling me by subtly hugging me from behind, and then proceeded to laugh innocently. The smile of hers warms my heart. I want to teach her all sorts of things. Thinking that, I brought her to the library and she was bringing curiosity. I was overjoyed. I could read everything here. The only thing that's gonna, like, throw that theory off is if we hear from Rito in this memory. Can't wait, there's somebody, which should I start with? She said she wanted to read a lot of books, so I gave her the room deepest in the library, which I've been using as a study. Starting today, this is your room. Because I believe Rito was there before the fire happened, so I would like to think she's there now, but I don't know. My room, I can use it. Yes, you can read whichever book you want, whatever you want, whenever you want. Doesn't that sound great? Yeah, thank you. She was genuinely happy about it, and I smiled as she repeatedly opened the door of her new room, peeking out into the library before closing it again. There was just one thing I wanted to make sure she was clear about. Listen closely, you mustn't use magic thoughtlessly. Thoughtlessly. Was that too difficult a word for her to understand? She looked confused. In other words, you shouldn't use magic just because you feel like it. You need to think it through before using it. That's right, it's very powerful. You must think about what would happen after you use it, and if it's absolutely necessary to do so. Powerful. You have that power, but it's not something you should use for yourself. There have been several Magi who did that, inflating their egos, drowning themselves in their own desires, and bringing about their own destruction. It's terrifying, and I don't want that to happen to her. The library is filled with books about magic, so this was to tell her to be careful. Okay, got it. I will make sure to think about it before using it. She nodded meekly. Okay, so no mention of Rito in the library.
どんどん具体的な感じになるね。
The only reason I ask if it's maybe Rito, I don't know. Maybe Rito's just because I know Rito is technically the book, so like the body is like just kind of housing the book, I guess. I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe she's like based on her from or something. she was like created in her image. Like, I'm just trying to find out where the connection is here, because I think Rita looks a lot like that girl that we just saw in the fire in Michiru's dream.
そうだな。話した会話まで断片的にだけど書かれ始めてる。記憶が綴られているということは、それだけ印象に残っている会話と注がれる魔力によって変化するのは、どれくらい過去に遡るかだけですよね。
ええ、そうよ。綴られる内容の具体性には魔力の量は関係ないわ。
わかりました。続けてください、ルイさん。
では少し時間を進めます。
Okay. I still feel like this is kind of all around, though. Recently, she's been finding enjoyment in serving me tea while I'm working. Have some tea. Oh, thank you. She looked delighted when I thanked her, grinning from ear to ear. It seems that my saying thank you to her brings her more happiness than actually serving me the tea does. She also enjoys telling me about her thoughts and the books that she reads. One day, she showed me a picture book that she really liked. There's a mother in this book. Look, the one wearing an apron here. And she looks very kind. Just like you. Like me. Yeah, she has a kind face when she pets her daughter on the head. Tells her that she's a good girl just like you. Hee, I'm glad. You're happy. Yes, of course, mother. Yes? I love you. She said that while smiling and embracing me. I lovingly hugged her in return and stroked her hair like the mother in the picture book did. She's growing more and more fond of books. She looks very happy when I praise her for learning so many things. Amazing. You're learning so much. Because when I show you how much I've learned, you look so happy. She's not happy because of my praise, but rather because it makes me happy that she's learning. Makes her happy that I'm happy. Making other people happy makes her happy. That's what she said. It's important that you know, but it's also important to treasure yourself. Yes, that's right. You're my precious, precious daughter, so please cherish yourself for my sake. Okay, I got it. She nodded with a smile on her face. Things are still peaceful so
セディちゃ
far.
ん、いい子だね。そろそろ白い方も行ってみる？両方進めながら時期が合うようにした方がいいでしょ？そうね。ルイも休憩を挟んだ方がいいと思うわ。
いや、
Oh, Louis. Louis exhales softly and droops his shoulders. He's mentioned before it takes a lot of energy to supply the right amount of mana, but it must be more draining than I thought. On the other hand, Sumi-chan doesn't seem exhausted at all. Maybe it's because of the difference in the amount of mana they each have.
ここからは交代にしましょう。交互に進めていけば時期が重なるのがわかるでしょう。
I think that's fair.
じゃあ、私の番ね。
Puts her hand above the white quill pen and... Mother tells me lots of things. It's a lot of fun. There's so many fun things here. Mother told me that the world is very big. How big is very big? There are many places much bigger than this school, and also huge mountains and oceans. There are places a lot bigger than here. Do you want to visit them? Yeah, but not by myself. Hehe, because you get lonely. It'd be lonely. I want to be with you. Mother's so kind. She's pretty and kind. I love her. I want to be with her forever. I don't know. I'm sensing like a bad pattern here. Like some really strong dependency, and I feel like this is gonna just go south. Want to visit those big places. They're like every parent wants to hear this, like especially because I have a daughter myself, so of course I would want to hear this from my daughter. But at the same time, I don't want them to I don't know. I don't really want my child to think of me as their world. Because I think there's much more special things out there. I think, of course, our relationship as parent and child is special, right? And I want them to value that, but I also want them to put value in other things in life. I don't want them to put all their eggs in one basket, I guess. I'm not saying I can't be, super important to them, but I don't want to be the only thing that's important to them. I want them to find things they're genuinely interested in and be willing to put value in those. Because I'm sure it'd be more fun that way. I wouldn't be lonely.
まだ少しこちらの方が黒い方より前の話かし
Yeah,
ら。
that didn't give us like a whole lot of information.
喋り方がこっちの方が幼い感じだよな。
Well, yeah, it's a child, Shizuka.
微妙にずれてはいるかもしれませんが、そう離れてはいないでしょう。
だと思います。では次は私が。
Okay, let's see what's happening here. I wonder if this is gonna like slowly get darker. Then a little bit too wholesome. She's always enjoyed learning new things, and now she's absorbing new knowledge like a sponge. She's also picked up common knowledge, figuring that she was now ready to learn with the rest of the students that put her into a class. How was your first day of classes? There were a lot of people who would talk to me, but didn't say anything. Yeah, but everyone was considerate and knew that I was nervous. That's good, then I'm sure you'll be friends in no time. She was nervous and hesitant at first, but she soon hit it off with her classmates. Oh, we all ate lunch together on the rooftop today. My, that sounds fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. She looked happy, having made a bunch of friends she could talk to. I was relieved. It should be smooth sailing from here on. Is it? Was it smooth sailing? When I told Mother that her going to the school by herself makes me lonely, she took me to a classroom. There were a lot of people there. At first, everyone in the classroom looked at me strangely. When Mother said, "This girl is your classmate and your new friend," everyone quickly came to talk to me. "Nice to meet you. What's your name?" Sedmy. "Oh, that's cute. Sedmy-chan, do you have your textbooks yet? Do you want to borrow mine? What are you doing for lunch? Did you bring one? Let's eat together." Everyone talked to me a lot. They were all good people. They were all kind. School is a fun place, I think. Okay, let's kind of line up.
お、こっちも教室に通い始めた。
ほぼ同時期っぽいね。いい感じになってきたんじゃない？
He's like, "Oh my gosh, that scared the shit out of me." As we're all staring intently at the notebooks, the telephone suddenly rings, giving everyone a start.
はい、特殊事案調査分室です。
Luca answers it being the first to snap back to the present.
脅かせるなっつんだよ。
I know, I hate that too, when you're like super focused on something and then something just like startles you out of it. Do that all the time. Don't complain, it could be an urgent request.
ドイツの？ええ、こちらに来られていますが。
At the mention of their home country, Louis and Heidi turn their attention to Muko. From what I can tell, Louis looks like he's annoyed. He probably has an idea of who the caller is.
はい、失礼します。
私たちに何か？
ええ、ドイツのお客様に電話がかかってきていると。ここの電話は内線しか通じませんので、事務室まで出向いていただくことになりますが。
仕方がありません。
何かしら？
Oh, that's kind of suspicious.
わかりませんが、何か緊急の知らせでも困りますので。
He really doesn't like
そう
this.
ね。
電話のある事務室とはどのあたりですか？
ああ、案内しよう。わかりにくいからな。この学園はいろいろと。
You got that right.
助かります。
With that, the three of them step out momentarily, with Tsubaki-chan leading the way.
もしかすると話が長くなるかもしれませんので、先に進めておいてください。
そうね。後から読ませてもらえばいいことですし。では失礼します。
ええ、いってらっしゃい。
Very convenient that they had to leave the room at
どう
that
する？
time.
続きやる？
We're losing a perspective here.
そうですね。お言葉に甘えて、白い羽の方は先に進めさせていただきましょう。
I'm like, this is bad timing. I don't really like this.
じゃあやるよ。
I don't like that we're only getting one perspective now. Almost like we were about to find out something, you know? In the classroom, there were people talking about mothers. Not my mother, but their own, as well as their fathers. Yeah, she oversleeps a lot. Your mother oversleeps. Yeah, and I've been late so many times because of that. Hearing that, they all laughed. I laughed too. Must be hard for her to pack your lunch for you then. It is. I buy bread when it happens, but when she manages to wake up on time, she always puts fruits like apples or strawberries in it. That sounds great. In my family, my papa likes making lunch. Papa? My dad's never cooked before. Papa. Father. I have a mother, but no father. Wondering why that is, I asked Mother. You're a little different from everyone else. Different? We were raised differently from them. I see. That being said, I don't want you to feel inferior because of that. She then hugged me gently like she always does and told me, you were born because someone wanted you.
文章がだいぶしっかりした感じになったよね。
I don't know, the way they say it though, the way like she kind of mentions that makes it sound kind of like she's a homunculus, you know, like she was created because someone wanted her. She doesn't have a father, she just has a mother, a creator. Makes me think that it's Rito, but I don't know.
学園に通い始めてラズリット以外の人との会話も増えたせいでしょうね。
Because I'm just not sure though. Like if we go based on homunculuses wouldn't like grow like that. They wouldn't be able to function like that. I don't know though. It just makes me think that it's Rito because Rito liked to read a lot. Rito does like to read a lot. I don't know. There's got to be some connection there, right? Like I'm not just crazy. Like that's not like impossible, right? Most likely because she started attending a school and was talking to other people than Lazurit.
続けるよ。
ねえ、お願いします。
Because, I mean, is it entirely possible Rito's half homunculus? Kind of like, you know, like Mitsuyoshi is? Like, am I crazy for kind of making this connection? Like, is this not a connection at all? I don't know. While I was playing with some friends from class, Mother returned home looking unhappy. Got worried and bade my friends farewell, heading over to where she was. What's wrong, Mother? You said that you were going to meet someone important today. Were you unable to meet them? No, I did. And why do you look so sad? Sorry for making you worry. I was just a bit disappointed that I couldn't make them happy. You couldn't make them happy? Yeah, but it's okay. He then embraced me tightly, saying, no matter what, I will always protect you. It filled me with joy, but Mother being sad makes me sad as well. Being able to make someone happy is a very depressing thing. I'm sure I'd feel the same way if I couldn't bring Mother happiness. Poor Mother.
何かあったっぽい？
ラズリットが会いに行った誰かと何か揉め事でもあったってことかな。
リトさん、ラズリットさんの会いに行った大切な誰かというのに、
これだけではわからないわ。私は図書館の外のことはよく知らないし。
I don't know. They said Rita was in the library when the fire happened. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm stretching here. I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to match it to something. And I just don't know if I'm going in the right direction or not. I might be just totally wrong.
そうでしたね。村雲さん、まだ大丈夫ですか？
いけるよ。じゃあ続けるね。
I mean, it's a little slow kind of getting the information out of this, but I like that we are going at a good pace. There's something called a festival today. There were shops set up on the roadside, and they were all selling all sorts of food, decorations, and toys. It was a lot of fun. Mother's been unhappy for the past little while, but she looks like she's having fun as well. Glad she's back in high spirits. We visited a lot of shops together. I ran into a lot of my friends, too. They told me the crepes over there are super yummy, and my mother and I had some together. It's delicious, Mother. This is really good. It's very sweet, isn't it? Yeah, it's really sweet and soft and tastes like happiness. It's amazing. Mother, what is that? Balloon fishing. Do you want to try it? Yeah, I do. We had lots of fun trying to fish the water balloons out of the tub. Look, Mother, I got one. Good job. It's a very cute color. Yeah, it's really cute. A balloon with a cute color. I brought it back to my room and hung it up. Okay, so that's probably the balloon we found. Probably what we've been kind of using to look at her memories. What's the water balloon she's talking about? I picked up the piece of rubber that the fairy found.
ああ、そうだね。きっとこれだね。
That's what I think.
なんでこんなゴムの切れ端みたいなのがと思ったら
大事な思い出の品だったんだね。水風船か。懐かしいね、もーちゃん。一緒に撮ったことあるよね。
私はあまりうまく撮れませんでしたが。
It's a standard activity at any festival.
学園祭の時あったな。なんでか必ずあるんだよな、ああいうの。射的とか。
やっぱああいうのあった方がお祭りって感じがして盛り上がるからじゃない？だね。よし、じゃあ続き行こっか。
I know, I would love to go to like a Japanese festival. That sounds so fun.
大丈夫かよ。
まだまだ平気。それじゃあ
Yeah, she's got freaking mana for days. No. Mother said that I might not be able to be with she might not be able to be with me for a while, but I don't want that. It's lonely if Mother isn't with me. As I was crying, Mother said that I wouldn't be alone. You won't be alone. You have all those friends you made. It's not that. They're all kind, but I don't want you to go away. Said me, don't cry. Makes me feel lonely, but I want you to be here with me. I want her to not be. I don't want her not to be with me. That would make me lonely. My tears didn't stop flowing as she said, I don't want to be away from you either. With an even sadder look on her face. I don't want to be away from her. I don't want my mother to leave. Okay, that was really short.
どうやらこの辺りでお母様、つまりラズリットに何かあったようですね。
何があったんだろう。続きに書いてあるかな。じゃあ続けるよ。
Dumitron is curious as well, so she quickly tries to infuse the pen with mana again. I don't know, she almost looks like she's getting a little bit tired. She's kind of red in the face. She's got like a sweat droplet. I'm just surprised we haven't run out of ink yet. Oh shit, so we're finally to this. Okay, flames were everywhere. I could hear everyone screaming. What?
待ってください。これは
Was that all there was?
これ前のと同じやつだね。あ、本当だ。書き出し同じだね。
ここで火事かよ。結局その前のラズリットに何かあったっぽい件の詳細は。
So we need the other half.
セディの記憶だけではどうやら何があったかまではわからないようですね。
おかえり。
The door opens then Heidi, Louie, and Sabaki-chan walk
ただい
in.
ま。
I bet we're gonna run out of ink right now. Right before we like start getting into details, we're just gonna run out of ink.
遅くなりました。
He looks to be in an extremely bad mood, and beside him, Heidi has a worried look on her face. And he didn't mention that he didn't get along with the rest of the family. That was probably the source of the call. Is everything okay? Was it something
それ
urgent?
は実は実家からこちらには他の人間を派遣するから一旦戻ってくるようにとすでに何度か言われていたのです。
Numerous
では
times.
今の電話は
しびれを切らした本家からだ。です。上の方から直接電話がかかってきただけです。
Yeah, screw him. You're the head of the family. Who cares? You can do what you want. His tone of voice tells me that he's quite
だ
irritated.
けってそれ本当に一旦帰らなくて大丈夫なのか。
あの様子だとドイツに帰ればもう日本へはしばらく戻れなくなるわ。それにマギアであるルイが学園内にいることが何より重要だと私たちは考えているの。
まだ真実は分かりませんが、ラズリット・ブロッドストーンの件からしてクラール・ラズリットが敵側に関わっている可能性。時を操るマギエの力は強力ですが、能力の有効範囲の広さでは確実に私の方に利があります。他のバインベルガーの人間ではおそらく対抗できませんし、そうなると作戦の幅も狭まります。
But you fainted after using your power last time. Are you sure you'll be
あの
okay?
時は栄唱も何も行わずスピード最優先でやったからああなっちゃっただけなのよ。そもそも本当はあんなこと他の同志じゃできないし、とにかくルイはすごいの。
Pretty cute how she kind of defends him, though.
死に滅裂です、フラウ。
何よ、フォローしてあげてるんじゃない。
とにかくすごいのどこがフォローですか？子供の喧嘩ですか？ああ、精神年齢はそんなものでしたね。失礼。
Gosh, Lily, you're so mean. Like, she's literally like standing up for you and like trying to compliment you, and you're just putting her down for it.
誰がはいはいはい、落ち着いて。ルイさんも腹立ってるからってアーデルハイトさんでストレス解消しない。
失礼。気が晴れましたので、20年前の記憶の説明をお願いします。
気が晴れましたって何よ。どう
ああ、お茶入れてやるからおとなしくしとけ。
Oh, poor Adelheid. She doesn't deserve that. You got anything else to say? Just take it out on me instead. You damn sadist.
とにかくすごいで片付けられる方の身にもなっていただきたい。
片付けたつもりはないわよ。
語彙が少ないのは存じ上げております。なので無駄な努力はなさらなくて結構。
私ちゃんとスピード優先だったからって説明したわよね。うん、した聞いてた。わかった、大丈夫ハイジちゃんいい子。ルイさん機嫌悪いだけだよ。ああいうのツンデレって言うらしいよ。だから大丈夫。
あの二人、なんとかなりませんか？
It's cute that they were defending her. It was kind of funny though, like partway through that, like he opens his eyes and he's like, what the heck? Why are you guys defending her like that? In a way they're the strongest possible pair, give it up.
あなたも悪いぞ。いきなり八つ当たりするのは良くないんじゃないか？
Where the hell was this, like, all of last game? Nobody defended Adelheid whatsoever. Everyone just, like, laughed at her expense, which, I mean, I did too, but nobody defended her, and now all of a sudden everyone's sticking up, huh? Louis turns his head away. Looks like he really was using Heidi as nothing more than an outlet for his stress. What a crooked personality.
ほら、茶入ったぞ。
しーちゃん、もうちょっとお上品に言えないの？
Gosh, everyone's just getting laid into right now. You're being mean? You know, why could you said that in a nicer way?
上品にしてたら身が持たねえんだよ、ここは。
話を戻してもよろしいですか？
Gosh, everyone's crabby.
お願いします。
Louis nods, taking the opportunity while his mistress is quiet to not be at the receiving end of everyone's criticism. Nuko nods in return and proceeds to talk about our
白い
findings.
ノートの方を少し進めさせてもらいました。前回の火事の記憶のところまでたどり着いたようです。
Saying that, she shows them the newly written text from earlier while giving a
と
brief
いう
summary.
わけで、黒いノートの方を進めてみていただきたいのです。
わかりました。
He stands up and starts supplying the black quill pen with mana. I wonder what we're going to find out from this dual perspective here. While passing through the library every day, she started to show interest in Rito. Okay, so they are separate. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Become friends with Rito too. Her eyes were filled with excitement and anticipation while I was feeling somewhat conflicted. Rito's not like the rest of the people in her class, after all. I don't think you'll be able to become friends with Rito like the other students in your class. Why is that? You see, Rito's a homunculus, more precisely the books that she's carrying as her actual body, and she's more of a subspecies. Homunculus? Oh, sorry, Rito is a doll that I created. She isn't human. She's a doll, even though she looks like everyone else. Yeah, that's right, homunculus doesn't have a soul. She may walk and talk like everyone else, but homunculus is meant to be used as a tool by its master, the person who created it. They are very useful when used in that way. Tragedy will befall both the master and homunculus otherwise. This is complicated. Yes, it is. That's why I think you and Rita won't be able to become normal friends. This conversation seemed to pique her interest in homunculi, and she started researching more about them in the library. I was afraid that she would be hurt being unable to befriend Rita, but I'm slightly relieved that now the curiosity has shifted. Okay. Oh, Louis noticing something? My pen turns to the pen holder with a clink. We out of ink?
ああ、インク切れのようです。
I told you, they're gonna pull this shit. They're gonna run out of ink right when it starts getting to the good part.
またか。
仕方がありません。それより、ああ、リトさんが出てきたな。
そういえばリトもラズリットさんが作ったわけだし、この頃も当然もう図書館にいたんだもんね。
ええ、いたわ。
Yeah, she did mention that she knew who the girl was. Her name popping up didn't elicit any sort of emotional response in her. Reaffirms that she's a
この頃
homunculus.
のラズリットさんに何か変わった様子はありませんでしたか？別に普通だったと思うわ。ではこの辺りは？
There's a page to the part that we read yesterday where Lazurit was troubled about something. It said that she made the wrong decision, that it was too late to turn back. Rita tilts her head after scanning through the page.
よくわからないわ。悩んでいるなんて言っていた記憶はないわね。そうですか。
火事でラズリットさんが亡くなったってことは、リトはそれ以来会ってないんだよね。
ええ、そうよ。
寂しくない？
She tilts her head, perplexed by the question.
寂しいってどんな気持ち？
一人っきりだとなんか悲しいとか切ないとか、そんな感じ？
人と話すのは好きだけれど、誰も来なくて悲しいという気持ちはないわ。もしも私に魂があったら、そういう気持ちになるのかしらね。
Damn, that's sad in itself. As expected, Rito doesn't understand the concept. For some reason, that makes the rest of us feel lonely, and we all have melancholic looks in our faces.
ともあれ、ひとまず記憶の書き出しはまたインクが溜まるまでお預けですね。じれったいミストね、本当に。
I know, we're just finally getting to the good parts.
しかし仕方がないな。
They just keep blueballing us every time, you know, we're so close. There isn't any better one we can use. Having done all we can for today, we end our meeting here and get ready to leave. You know, I think that's a good place to stop, I guess. I mean,
それじゃあ、
hopefully we'll find out something with it, you know, next time we look at it.
ええ、ありがとうございました。
She heads back to the library.
私たちも部屋に戻りましょうか。
いや、
はあ、お腹すいた。
だね。あ、ねえねえ、今日はみんなでご飯食べない？あ、いいよ。
Yeah, some dinner together. Let's do it.
ハイジちゃんたちもどう？
せっかくですが、先ほどの電話の件で相談しておきたいことがありますの
Oh,
で。
lame. Discuss that later.
そうね。今日は遠慮しておきます。そっか。では、失礼します。
Fine, go do your important business stuff. Or leave the office for their own room.
じゃあ、みんなで私の部屋に。
Oh, is it Michiru? The sound of a key turning a lock, and the door appears out of thin air.
お兄ちゃん？
Michiru peeks out from it. She's already making use of the key Vienna she got this morning.
みちるち
What's up?
ゃんだ。お腹すいた。
Hell yeah, well, we were just about to eat, so let's do it. Didn't I tell you to help yourself to whatever's in the fridge?
寂しいでしょ、そんなの。どうせなら。
おい、みんなってまさかこの全員って意味で言ってたのか？
そうだよ。私の部屋だったら大勢でワイワイやっても見つかる心配ないもん。ああ、そうだな。たまにはいいんじゃないかな。
Let's have a wholesome meal.
賛成。もーちゃん行こ
ええ、構わないけれど。
う。みちるちゃんも。ほらほら、一回出ておいでよ。
I know, I wonder how that works, because they all have to go back to their rooms, like, before dinner. Unless they have it while classes are going. Yeah, come in here, Michiru, let's go. Timidly emerges from behind the door.
それじゃ、どうぞ。
She takes her own copy of the key from her pocket, turns it in midair, and opens the door to her own room.
飯って何食うんだよ。材料は。
Did she say something? Okay, I was really confused because she like was just kind of smiling and then she disappeared. Kuruma follows after his sister as he says that, in spite of his complaints, he doesn't object to the idea of eating together. He really is weak when it comes to Sumi-chan. Of course, he likes his sister, you know, as do most of the guys in these games. We all make our way through the door into Sumi-chan's room.
そうだね。どうしよっか。ピザでも取る？
Oh, that's my worst enemy.
どうやって？
Can't eat normal pizza.
ここって配達来るの？
Can we get it delivered here? It'd be pretty scary if they could make it here.
ここまでは無理だよ。門のところまで持ってきてもらうんだよ。
And she says that she picks up a colorful flyer from a pizzeria off a shelf.
たまには食べたいじゃない。めったにやってないってば。ピザなんか久しぶりだな。もーちゃん、どれ食べたい？
I'm trying to think, like, isn't there a barrier around the school at night? Can they just, like, have anybody go through that?
そうですね。
I want habanero sauce on it? Easy Yoshi, what the
一
frick?
人で食べてくださいね。
Am I
お姉ちゃん
guy?
辛いの好きだから。
Yeah, bring your own sauce. Like, what
好
the?
きという次元を超えている気がします。
みちるちゃんはどれが好き？僕はなんでも。
I find it interesting. She says bokuwa. Isn't bokuwa generally reserved for guys? I don't know though. I could be wrong on that. I'm not like claiming to be a Japanese expert.
好きなの選んでいいんだよ。この人数だからちょっと多めに頼んでもなんとかなるし。
Because boku is like referring to I. I'm trying to think. What is the female version of that? Break. I don't know. Because I think you could say boku or you could say watashi. Like watashi wa, like referring to yourself. I don't know what the female version is though. I'm not too sure. I don't really know Japanese, so I could be just totally wrong. That could be totally normal to say.
そうそう。男子が2人もいればなんとかなるなる。
俺をそこの雑な生き物と一緒にするんじゃね
Who are you calling a crude monster?
味覚は雑だと思わざるを得ません。みちるさんはやっぱり辛党なのですか？
お兄ちゃんほどじゃないと。
Don't lie, we're not that different. You dump loads of chili powder into your ramen.
僕はお兄ちゃんみたいにスープの上に山ができるほど七味入れないよ。せいぜい麺が見えなくなる程度だよ。
Damn, so she likes spicy food too.
大差ないですね。
え。そもそもそれ辛党ってレベルじゃねえぞ。
じゃあチーズたっぷり系とかは苦手？それも好き。
I used to like doing like a pepperoni pizza, and then I would do the like the red chili flakes on top, or the red pepper flakes, whatever it was.
だったらこれ一緒に食べようよ。4種類のチーズが乗ってるっていうやつ。おいしそう。これとミッチーの頼む辛いソースのやつ。両方食べればいいよね。
Now you're making me want pizza, and I'm like, I don't even like pizza that much, especially because, so like I can't do gluten, and most pizza, you know, has gluten in it. You know, it's the bread. That's what the dough is made out of. You have to get like the gluten-free pizza, and the gluten-free pizza just sucks. Like it's most of it's not that great. I mean, I have yet to have one that I thought was genuinely that good. But it's making me want like an actual pizza, which I don't even like pizza though. So like I really don't want one. It just sounds kind of good.
ありがとう。
It's also because it's kind of late right now, and I'm like, dang, you know, midnight pizza? Pretty good.
ミブさんは？
私もチーズがいいな。
じゃあ女の子はみんなでチーズ祭りにしよう。
Freaking Shizuka shuddering over there.
待て、俺を巻き添えにすんなこの変態。
What? Why did you call me a hentai?
辛みって痛覚なんだぞ。そんな蒸気を逸した辛さが好きってド M。
I mean, I like spicy things. I like a little bit of spiciness, not like nearly as much as they do. I like a little hint of it, you know. Except the only thing is it kills my stomach. I can't do spicy in the stomach. Not an M type.
レベルにすんの？この辛そうなやつ？
ちげえ普通の食わせてくれ。俺の味覚は普通なんだから。
Don't make it sound like I'm a freak.
異常ですが
What? How rude! Sounds like we're the odd ones out. Yep. No way to treat us just because we like a little bit of spice.
ちょっとじゃねえからだろ。かすみ、俺この普通のミックスにしてくれ。
Deluxe is pretty good.
じゃあミックスとハバネロのハーフでいいよね。じゃあ電話してこなきゃ。
私が行こう。事務室の凱旋だろ。
ありがとう姫ちゃん。
I keep getting the feeling like something bad's gonna happen.
いやいや。
This is too peaceful. This is too good. They keep talking about like having to leave the room by themselves to go, and it's at night, you know? Smoky-chan leaves with the flyer and the memo listing with which pizzas we're ordering.
ピザ決めるだけで大騒ぎだね。
主に古賀くんのせいだと思います。
What? My sister likes it too, I'll have you know. She likes the spiciness. Rokuma did most of the complaining.
だからそれがてめえのせいでなんだ。
Smoky-chan comes back while we're chatting and tells us the pizza will be here in half an hour. And then... Hell yeah. We get a nice CG. Itadakimasu. 30 minutes later, the pizza arrives at the gate and we can finally eat after bringing it back.
この匂い久々。
Gosh, that's like my biggest temptation is eating food late at night when it's like the worst time. That's how you put on weight. And you know what I've been doing? I've been putting on weight. Well, why am I watching this? It's making me want to eat.
ピザなんて久しぶりだ。
チーズいい匂いだね。
We each take a slice and we're gonna stuff our
Oh my-
faces.
それ全部かけんの。
Of course, it's the sauce that's meant to be put on the pizza. I might as well use it. Rokuma looks gross as I pour the habanero sauce over the
好
pizza.
みの量だけかけてくださいって意味だと思うんだが。
All of it is perfect then.
頼むから自分のだけにかけろよ。こっち来んなよ。
Not going anywhere near there. What are you, a little kid?
子供だったらもう泣いてるわ。なんだそのおどろおどろしい色のソース。
仲良しだね。
ムツキ。後であなたの仲良しの定義について質問があります。
あの二人いっつもああだよね。
おいこら、不穏な話してねえで、そっちのもちょっとくれよ。
L1 枚じゃ足りないの？
半分ハバネロで埋まってんだぞ。
しょうがないな。どれがいいの？
どれって全部チーズだよな。
これが3種類のチーズのやつ。こっちがモッツァレラで、これが焦がしチーズとベーコンの。
Alright, we have to ask, guys, what's your favorite kind of pizza? So I'm like a regular kind of pepperoni guy. Like, I'll do that. I'll do like a meat lovers. Meat lovers is good, right? I think the other one that's really good is like the chicken and white Alfredo sauce pizzas. Those ones are really good too. But I like Supreme as well. Like, I like a little bit of vegetables, of course, too. I mean, I like a good variety. I'm saying this from pizza I used to eat because I don't eat shit for pizza anymore. I had a gluten-free pizza recently and it's shit. It's just bad. Okay, the dough isn't right. It's not good. It's not right. I need to find like a different brand. I just tried one, and yeah, I won't be buying that one again. But it was cheap, so that's why I got it. But what kind of pizzas do you guys like? And if anybody says pineapple pizza, you're banned. I'm just gonna ban you from the chat. Okay, you're not gonna be able to comment on my videos ever again. And I'm joking, by the way. If you like pineapple pizza, that's your thing. Who cares? I'm not like a huge pineapple person. I am okay with like pineapple juice because it makes for really good like sweet and sour meatballs. But I don't necessarily like whole pineapple. Okay, that's just a personal preference.
ベーコンのやつ。
はいはい。
Himichan takes a slice of the pizza with bacon on it and passes it to Murakumo. But honestly, like, these are the best parties when you're just like all sitting around eating pizza, having a good time together, you know, just enjoying life. Michiru, do you want a slice of this?
ハバネロちょうだい。
マジでそれ食えるのか？さすが兄弟だな。
I know, I really love that she has the same, you know, love of spiciness. Like, that's just like a family thing. That's great. Makes them really feel like they're siblings. Mirko and everyone else here actually looks shocked as they see me munching on the pizza drowning in habanero sauce. I've been like slowly introducing my daughter. You know, she's like 2 years old. I've been slowly like trying to introduce her to a little bit of sriracha, because I really like to put like sriracha on a lot of stuff I eat. Like whenever I'm eating salmon, I'll do salmon with sriracha on it and then rice, and that's really good. But I'll put sriracha on a lot of things. I'll put it on almost anything I eat, honestly. It's really good on pot roast, because my family likes to make pot roast, and for years I'm like, pot roast is okay, it's not really that great. Put sriracha on it, bam, amazing, so good. Gosh, I can kind of relate to them right now. I'm like, oh, I like it a little bit spicy, but I'm not to their degree, you know. They're putting it on everything. So our tastes really are
お
weird,
兄
huh?
ちゃんはチーズいる？ポテトかナゲットもあるよ。
I'll have some nuggets then.
これお手拭き。もっといるんだったら言ってね。
Thanks.
チーズおいしい。
I thought it was a 4 cheese. What? Hold up, I need to go back, because I'm pretty sure she said it's a 4 cheese. Yeah, right here. Let's get one that it's got 4 different kinds of cheese on it. And this one is a 3 cheese. They lied. They didn't get a 4 cheese. I'm upset. I can't believe I remembered such a stupidly small detail.
モッツァレラいいな。やみつきになりそうだ。
The game lied. They didn't get a 4 cheese. I feel betrayed. I feel disappointed.
デザートにティラミスもありますからね。
Tiramisu? Tiramisu is really good.
もーちゃんのお楽しみだね。獅子ヶ谷さんはほんと甘いもの好きだね。
Oh yeah, you already know what she's looking at right now. She's like, tiramisu.
ええ、糖分は脳の働きに良いので。
Okay, your brain does need glucose, but it's not necessarily good for it. I mean, sugar is bad for you in a lot of ways. It causes like inflammation, raises your blood sugar. I mean, there's a lot of bad things with it.
大好きだよね。一緒にケーキバイキング行くと全種類制覇するくらい。
Oh yeah, that's definitely Muko.
ムツキ？
That used to be me when I was younger. Like, I would freaking go, like, try a little bit of everything, you know? Can't do that anymore.
全制覇とは
Just can't even eat that
意
much.
外と食べるんだな。獅子ヶ谷さん。
One of every kind.
量より胸焼けしないのかっていうところは突っ込まないの？姫ちゃん。
Oh gosh. Yeah, pizza. Pizza is heartburn for
もーちゃん
sure.
全然平気だよ。
You start eating that, you feel the stomach acid, and you're like, ah.
それで太らないってすごいよ。お兄ちゃん、ハバネロ垂れてきてる。ほら、ズボンに落ちるでしょ。受け皿あるからほら。手にもついてる。
My
一
guy,
回拭いて。
you're around people. At least eat properly. You don't need to get it all over you.
口の周りにもついてるし。もう。
As she says that, she wipes my mouth with a napkin. It's okay, I can do that, mites.
いいからおとなしくする。
She pulls my arm towards her with one hand when I try to escape, then continues to diligently wipe my face with a napkin held in the other. Don't get so close like that, it's
何
embarrassing.
が？自分がソースこぼすからでしょ。ほら、手は拭いたの？
I couldn't since you were grabbing
じ
my
ゃあ
arm.
拭いてあげる。手出して。
Oh, what a doting little sister. Fine,
うん
fine.
でっかい子供みたい。
言われてやんの。
She's the ghost, shut it. Probably remember that we weren't alone once Murkuma spoke up. Her former vigor suddenly disappears and she goes quiet out of embarrassment. Oh, are you jealous?
どうしたのもーちゃん。
Jealous of the sister character. Interesting, we were getting jealous of her friend. Now she's getting jealous of our sister. I see a pattern here.
いえ、あの兄弟は少し行き過ぎというか、普通あの年頃の兄弟とはもう少しお互いに興味をなくすものではないかと。それとも私の目が正常な判断力を失っているのかどうなのか。
That sounds like such a chuny thing to say. Like, oh no, my eye of truth. It is blinding.
わかった。焼き餅だね。
違います。
じゃあ何？
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
ってだから普通あんなもの。
く仲がいい方だと思う。
ですよね。やっぱり普通より。
だからそれが気になっちゃって仕方がないと。
仕方がないとまでは言わないけれど、その気には。
それをやきもちって言うんだよ、もーちゃん。
だから違いますってば。
What are those two talking about over there? I wonder. It's quiet. In the middle of this vast, silent library, I look up at a bookshelf. Ooh, Rito, Pav? Let's go. Silence. That's what fills this place most of the time. The only time the silence is broken is when members of the Bureau come. When that happens, the difference in noise is like day and night. There's so much of that difference. When they hear a cornucopia of sound dances in the air. When they leave, the library is still like it is now. Is it like this empty silence? However, it's never brought me sadness or pain. To be honest, I don't quite understand what it means to be sad or hurt. I understand those concepts about as much as I understand loneliness. Which is why comparing loneliness to silence isn't gonna get me anywhere. Don't you feel lonely? I recall what Hanatate Mutsuki asked me. Yeah? Okay, was I not totally off in my thoughts? Yeah? Okay. I don't know. Am I stretching? Because, I mean, you know, Krall created her, right? But the way she's saying mother and, like, after all the stuff that happened, I don't know. So, I understand they're explicitly two different people, but what if she, like, put her daughter's soul, like, into Rito or something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just totally wrong still. Person who created me, mother hasn't come here in 20 years. She died in the fire, so others told me. Okay, maybe I'm making something. I'm making it out of nothing, which is why I'll never be able to see her again. Mother created me. She talked to me. I don't know, this, the way they're throwing this in here right now. I don't know. I'm just expecting there to be some kind of like dark twist to this. That's why I keep expecting something like that to be the case. But she could just be like gaining feelings like that. So it's fun talking to others. It's fun, but mother's no longer here, so I can't talk to her anymore. I've never thought of that as lonely. I don't understand loneliness. It's not an emotion I'm capable of feeling. But I feel lonely if I had a soul. I feel like it'd be inconvenient in some way. I would feel lonely that mother's no longer here. Apparently it would make me feel sad and hurt, so it might be better for me as it is now. There it is again, but that wasn't from Hanatate Mutsuki, it was someone else. Okay, maybe this was the girl mentioning it to her. I feel lonely when I'm left by myself, that's right. I was asked the same thing before. At the time, I'm sure I responded with I don't know. Okay. I think I'm just drawing conclusions that Rito is something more than she is because it seems like she's really close to Krall and she's really close to this young girl, right? So I guess maybe she has a lot of influence from them, so it makes me feel like she is them. Like she's a part of their family, but she's not. I wonder how she's doing. I don't know, though. It's weird to me that Rito is a homunculi that seems to have feelings. Like, she's not always aware of them. Like, it's kind of programmed for her not to be. But at the same time, she's thinking about it right now, which is weird to me. Because she has a very robotic personality. And this is unlike her. I can hear small footsteps. They're approaching me. Casually look towards them.
あら、ごきげんよう。ちょうどあなたのことを考えていたわ。
Oh, shit? What? And we're having pizza and missing it. What? we... Okay. All right. We end the video here, though. We end it here, because the next episode we might find out, and I'm gonna be so excited. Oh, I can't believe they ended it like that. Really? Oh, come on. I was just thinking about you. Pulling this shit. Okay, we end it here though. It's pretty late. It's like past midnight for me, and I mean I'm getting pretty tired. I've done a few videos today, so trying to give you guys something to watch. Give you my thoughts on what's going on here, but it's getting good. Okay, it's getting good, getting good. Anyways, we'll end it here though. Hopefully next time we'll be able to figure out who exactly she saw, because I wasn't sure if she was thinking of her mother, but I also think she was thinking of the girl. So I'm wondering which of the two it was that she saw, because it could be either, in my opinion. And I don't know. And then we had that nice pizza party, and we're just getting to the good parts in the the diary, right? So I want to see what happens there if we get something, and then maybe something will connect. And I feel like some shit's about to go down. I think it's been long enough. I think we deserve something big happening. So I think this is a perfect place to stop. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.